And welcome back to the show. If you want to know, Mom's official objective, also known as M.O.O, is a movement dedicated to helping women navigate nutritional and hormonal challenges at every stage of motherhood. With an optimal health supplement, M.O.O identified the multiple challenges that women face in obtaining quality education to help prevent poor maternal health. Joining us now and sharing more details, we are pleased to have the founder of Mom's Official Objective, Lydia Simmons. And Lydia, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Hi, everyone.
Hi. So when you talk about your organization, tell me what was behind getting it started?
Well, M.O.O is a health technology firm, and we focus on motherhood through the spectrum of our generational aging, especially postpartum. Our company is founded on the basis of my own personal experience in postpartum. I had a baby. We all know the cycle of childbirth, but what we didn't know, and what I in particular didn't know, was what comes next, which was for me a really hard postpartum that I could not find either answers for what I was experiencing or any type of aid, be it ingestible things or topical things or any of those things, right? There was not a lot of education there. And so what I had to do was resolve an issue for myself. I was highly malnourished. I was dehydrated. I was having issues like iodine deficiency, iron deficiency, low breast milk supply, non-restorative sleep. My hair was falling out. I had really sagging eyes, dark circles. I looked and felt sick as I was. For me, I addressed the issue by looking into the medical side of things, but there was no answers for me. I realized that this was possibly and most likely the problem for a lot of women that were in my same situation. And so I sought to figure out a way to address the disparity in this area. And M.O.O is a result of that research and that obligation.
So now you move forward and you actually put things into practice. You've got products that are actually out there to help people based on your personal experience. Talk to me a little bit about the products that are out there and what's available to women now.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got our start with the postnatal. Following childbirth, it is the predecessor of having a baby and going through the postpartum experience. However, what's been taught is a prenatal is what we should carry over into postpartum. So we got our start with the postnatal, which is a capsule. This capsule takes the place of a multivitamin in your everyday walk through wellness. From there, we merged into a collagen, and the collagen supports those aging skin factors and bodily factors like joints and muscles and things of that nature. We also address a lot of our mental health conversations and issues like postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety. And for that, we've developed a CBD that's especially formulated for moms with very high terpenes, essential oils, and things that really speak to some of those mental health declines that we will see as a part of postpartum. Our latest product is a Ayurveda tea, which is something that we thought would be really, really great for moms who are kind of transitioning through the latter part of breastfeeding and may even be perimenopausal or full-blown menopausal and need help regulating some of those irregularities with hormonal imbalance and estrogen dominance. And so for now, that is the range of our product, but we have more to come very soon.
Well, talk to me about this because you had a personal experience, right? And prior to your personal experience, how much knowledge did you have about this, or were you pretty much in the dark?
I was in the dark. I always considered myself to be pretty educated, and I understood what I should expect and what those questions should be during pregnancy because they're made available to us. The discussion is the central part of your visit during your prenatal care. But not one time was there a conversation about postpartum, not prior to postpartum and not during postpartum. There's a huge disparity. There is a 16-to-1 ratio of prenatal visits to postpartum visits. So what that means is during the time that the baby is actually in your belly, you are at average going to see a doctor 16 times. For your postpartum appointment, you get invited back to one, and that is about at 6 weeks postpartum. The problem with that is not just the number, but it's also the timeline. A lot of times, some of these issues that I started to experience don't happen until after that 6 week mark. And so if you're being brought in and being asked questions about how you're feeling and what you may be experiencing, the answers may be positive because your body may not yet be showing that it's having an issue when there is something that's steadily creeping up if not addressed properly.
We talk about maternal morbidity, and that number continues to rise. Talk to me about the work that you're doing in increasing, or I should say, in reducing it, because this is a real factor, and a lot of people, unfortunately, have to suffer. But I know that you're trying to do your job in terms of doing something to provide a corrective alternative there.
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time collecting data, aggregating data, collecting metrics, and putting boots on the ground to really understand what moms are facing. The problem is that the disparity in the morbidity area is about a 6,000 person number. You know, here's the issue that a lot of people aren't quite addressing, and here is where M.O.O comes in. The morbidity number is 600,000 women per year are suffering from some level of morbidity. However, what doctors are really addressing is a advanced morbidity or extreme morbidity case. And these are cases where mothers are possibly dying or very close to it. But women who are experiencing things like I mentioned are also a part of that 600,000 number. And the way that you really get ahead of that is to do the educational work prior to and to put things into place. Well, we've put some things into place that are tangible, consumer packaged goods for women who wouldn't have access to them any other way. But there is also a big conversation, and there's a lot of de-aggregating of that data that needs to be done in order to make an effective change. What I'm saying here is there needs to be action. And so we're taking our stand and we're accepting our challenge to get out here and charge on the conversation of the morbidities, of the disparities that face women who look like me. Primarily, but it doesn't stop there. It's not just me. Women who have babies, no matter what demographic they're a part of, are experiencing these morbidities and contributing to the 600,000 women affected by it yearly.
Yeah. So for a woman that might be out there watching and they're hearing and they're saying, listen, this sounds something I want to talk about, something I want to find out more about, what do they do?
Yeah, so you can find us publicly listed at everymoo.com. You also can find us socially at every.moo on Instagram, Facebook, and across other social media platforms. If there's a question or if there's an issue that you have, or you may be experiencing an ailment right now, we have people standing by live around the clock to assist you. You literally can just drop in our DMs and get a response on an issue. Ask a question. Our community is pretty large as well. There are always moms who are willing to jump in on issues. If you see a post or you see a conversation that we're having about something that applies to you, jump in the comments to get a discussion started. We love that. We love having that. From there, we would be able to help you find resources that are available more central to where you actually live and point you in the right direction.
What's the biggest conversation being had right now?
I think the biggest one right now is Roe versus Wade. I think that the work that Charles Johnson is doing in the area of his wife's death, Kira Dixon Johnson, is a big talk. I think the next biggest talk is the shortage on baby formula. It's a big deal and it's real.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of story that we've been following here too as well. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like things are getting any better. Lydia, I want to thank you so much for being with us here on the show, and we appreciate having you.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
All righty. Well, I want our viewers to know that if you do want more information, what I want you to do is be able to go to their website at everymoo.com and then also follow them on Instagram at every.moo.